Look, I've tried recording this a couple of times already, and I'm never happy with how it goes. So we're just gonna say fuck it. We're doing it. Okay, this is Wonder Boy Dragon's Trap. Uh, this is the Steam version, though the Steam originally came out on Switch, and it is a remake, remaster, HD, whatever, definite, whatever the fuck you want to call it, of Wonder Boy 3: The Dragon's Trap on Sega Master System, which is an 8-bit game, which is a game that is older than I am. So but I'm a really big fan of the series I played. You know, I talk about it a lot. I have a couple of the games series played on my channel, including the spiritual successor. Well, I have a. He said that, but he mostly has games that are related about it. The spiritual successor, Monster Boy and Curse Kingdom. I played Agalos, and I'm gonna play this. Let's just jump right into it for the time being. There are 4 difficulty options in the game: easy, normal, and hard. I'll talk about what the differences between them, all of them are. But for starters, in order to get the extreme difficulty option, you hold down triangle. Or the top button in this case, the menu button, and we're gonna play as a boy. So it's a lot to talk about in the beginning of the game and in general, cause things like the differences between the versions, between the original Sega Master System version and this version of the game, and things like that. But so if I sound a little scatterbrained throughout this, I apologize. There's a lot like running through as far as talking about it. But the main thing you need to know right now is that this game is, well, a sequel to the last game in the series. You know, it's the 3rd game in the series and all that. You know, I think a lot of the games are actually arcade games, as well as I talked about this before. If you're aware of the Adventure Island series in the States, that actually is what the Wonder Boy series is. It's just localized differently. But speaking of sequels, right now we're in the final dungeon. This is the final dungeon to the very last game. We're actually super pimped out. We have all the hearts in the world and full-on legendary equipment, and we're about to kick major ass because we're gonna beat the game. So that's gonna be awesome. So I've talked about this before. Is that my intro statement? Have I actually talked about it before? Are you lying to me? Are you lying to the peoples? But if you're wondering what this game looks and sounds like, on the Sega Master System, that's what it looks and sounds like. So you can actually change the graphic settings in this game anytime to the original, which is pretty sweet. Minus some like differences. Like normally this would actually like pause the game completely, and it would have no music and all that stuff. But obviously I'm gonna be playing on this setting most of the time because we're gonna show off how pretty the graphics are. So this is the final boss. This is it. This is the Mega Dragon. I can't believe it. We did it. I'm gonna suck, frankly. A lot of combat in this game focuses around like stun locking stuff because you can chain attacks, multiple attacks in a row like that. As well as if you see me get hit by something, while you're in invincibility frames, you actually can't take damage, which is obvious, right? But you can still get hit by stuff. You can see, so when I'm invincible like this, I can still like run into him and he'll just like bounce me forever, and I'll never run out of invincibility, but I'll also be sad the whole time. Anyways, he's dead and we beat the game. That's it. And to beat the game, we get victory money. Yes, I love victory money. Also, we have green hair. So try to get your victory money while dodging the spooky spirit thing. The spooky spirit thing is actually pretty random, as far as arcing you. Hey, I got all the victory money. Oh no, we got cursed. It was a trap. Was it the dragon's trap? I don't know. Anyways, we're losing now. So this game, which I've said this sentence like so many times, I swear, but it has multiple forms, and this is the first one we have besides the human form. Human. It's a pun. You get it? Because it's human. Yeah, you get it. You get it. You understand. To kill this guy to get a key. So, first the change I want to talk about between this version and the SMS version, Sega Master System version. I'm going to say SMS a lot. Did I say that yet? I have no idea. I'm scared. Like I said, it'll be really scatterbrained. I'm sorry. Falling dangerous blocks. Oh no. Can't believe it. Is that actually when you get transformed here in the Sega Master System version, you actually keep all your hearts for a little bit. You'll have 8 hearts still, but in this version they reduced it down to 1, which is what we would end up having after this prologue section anyways. So, but in this prologue section we actually still have all our legendary equipment, which is like that in both versions. But as far as changes they made, this game is actually really similar to the original as far as a lot of physics are concerned. The most things they changed about the physics are probably just like how tight the controls are. The controls work better in this version of the game mostly, as well as the screen resolution is bigger, which has some minor implications and things like that. But a lot of the physics in the game are pretty much completely reprogrammed to be the same, as well as like all the map. But the reprogramming of physics is pretty similar because like you actually perform certain glitches in this version of the game that you can perform still in the original, which is pretty cool. I know for the development team it was a really big issue talking about how they wanted to, because they just wanted like a redrawing of the game, you know, like update the game to be like better graphics, or I don't know about better, but different graphics, hand drawn, because you know 8-bit graphics are good. But So it's a pretty big dilemma for them to constantly think about what to change in the game actually. So in the end, they settled on a couple of changes. One being mostly quality of life changes, such as one I'll get into in a second. By the way, our equipment sucks now. We dropped it on the way out or something. Here's a heart container. So the biggest quality of life change that they made in the game actually is removing a certain drop from enemies known as charm stones. And what charm stones do is that every time you kill an enemy, it drops either like money or spells. We have a couple of spells in the game, or I don't know, items, pickup drops, whatever. But charm stones were another pickup drop that you can get from enemies. And what it does is every time you pick up a charm stone, your charm stat increases by 1. And what the charm stat does is that when you go shopping in this game for equipment, certain equipment wouldn't show up in the shop unless you have a certain amount of charm stones, aka the charm stat, in order to see the equipment, because you're just so dashing, I guess, that they have to show you the stuff. And so they completely took out that stat in the game because it's kind of random how much charm you get in the game to begin with. It's pretty like imbalanced, kind of like you sometimes you just get a lot, other times you're just like what, and so they just got rid of it completely. But what this means for our version of the game actually is that we actually can get a lot of really good equipment in the game way earlier than they kind of like want you to, which mostly is just really nice because some of the equipment in the game actually needs like a fuckload of charm stones for almost no reason, which means that you're a lot weaker in the game than you should be a lot of the times. So the game is easier as a result, but it's just a side effect of it. I don't think it's like a really big thing. The charm stat in general is a sucky stat, if we're being honest. It's like this element of the game that didn't age that well, so they just got rid of it, and the rest of the game is fine. So, you know. Also, I'm getting owned by crabs! Did I get an arrow? I did get an arrow. We're gonna kill this guy out of spite. Kobe. Rest in peace. And over here, we're going to go in this door and pick up a key. So another big thing about this game is that this game actually uses well, but the original actually uses a password system to save because there weren't that many things that save normally. So you can talk to this guy and he insults you like crazy, but he actually tells you passwords. And you can actually type in these passwords when you make a file. You can also switch to the retro settings and it shows you the password like that. But this game no longer uses passwords because we're in the modern era of gaming, which has another additional side effect of I'm buying equipment, by the way. Motor mouth, let's go. This is it. The game autosaving has this benefit of allowing you to save quit, which means I actually save warp quite a bit throughout the game because I'll just save and quit, and every time you load up the game, you'll be back at town. So I basically just skip the travel back, like by save quitting, which is another like side effect of the game autosaving. The other benefit of the game autosaving and save quitting like that is that whenever you normally treasure chests in the game, like money chests in the game, don't respawn unless you like die or restart up the game. But since you can save quit and restart the game like that, it's actually pretty easy to farm certain money chests so you can get monies, which won't be that much of an issue in this file anyways. You only really care about that if you want to buy all the equipment, which trust me, some of the equipment in the game is really expensive and not worth it at all, so that's fantastical. You know, I would highly not recommend and all that. But, so, with all that finally said, we're the lizard form, which I was supposed to talk about like 3 centuries ago. And the lizard form is the weakest form in the game, pretty much like on technicalities. It's the weakest form because it doesn't have anything, god dang it, it doesn't have anything that allows it like to access different areas. It doesn't have a mobility option, you know. You just run around and you breathe stuff. You don't have a shield, so you can't block things, even though we still have a shield equipped and it still affects our defense stats. We can't actually use the shield. The main benefit of the lizard though is that we can dodge this idiot for one, hopefully. I always forget the timing for this. You do it like when it's up. There we go. That's how you do it. I'm bad. Is that you shoot projectiles, which actually go pretty far. You can also crouch. Most other forms can't crouch besides the human form, actually, which is special. And the fireballs actually do cancel out other enemies' fireballs, so that's nice. But as far as allowing you to access anywhere, it don't do that. So now we're climbing a pyramid. Because over the pyramid is super secrets and all that. Or something, is what they tell me. Also, the lighting effects are pretty clear. Shouts to them. If you're like not hugging the blocks, you can actually jump more than one block at a time, but it's kind of annoying to do. Dodge this idiot. Kill him for lots of money. And in here is another heart container, as well as another secret. Secret, whoa, which I might show off later. Dodge the idiot on the way out, because that's a thing. And we're gonna pick up another arrow, apparently. Is there anything else I want to mention about the lizard? The lizard actually has another property that I won't get into because it won't be relevant until way later. But, yeah. am I finally caught up on everything talking about? I guess so. So let's talk about difficulty settings then. So this game has 4 difficulties. I talked about easy, normal, hard, and extreme. I always call it nightmare for some reason, but I'm bad and I never remember things properly. So easy mode and hard mode and extreme, you can think extreme and hard mode are pretty much similar. I think. I don't think there's that much. I think there's only one difference between hard and extreme. But you can imagine between the different difficulty modes that things have like different amounts of HP and damage and stuff like that. So easy, obviously they have the least, and hard they have a little bit more. But hard mode and extreme mode have this gimmick actually, where there'll be an hourglass in the top left corner of the screen, and as long as you're not like in a town or something, the hourglass will flip over and count down as hourglasses do. Here's a healing shop if you so desire. It costs money though, so I don't give a fuck. And when that hourglass goes down all the way to 0, you'll take damage actually, and then it'll flip back over. The hourglass actually resets whenever you pick up HP items. But basically, as it stands, when you're playing hard mode, you sort of have like a pseudo poison mechanic that's always ticking down when you're playing the game, which is a really weird hard mode function. I don't think I've seen something like that in a video game before. It's kind of wonky. So along with the additional stats that some enemies may have, you have that weird like poison mechanic, which actually isn't that relevant later on in the game because you have so much HP. But in the beginning of the game, like when you're playing as a lizard, for example, it can be a little rough. Extreme is actually the same as hard mode, except in extreme difficulty, there actually aren't any heart containers. You're stuck at 1 HP the whole time. So, that's fun. I have beaten extreme once, though I've only beaten on the Switch version. I don't know if I said this yet, but this game actually came out on Switch first. I'm playing on the Steam version right now. But both versions are perfectly fine. I haven't honestly noticed any differences between playing this and the Switch version as far as, like, I don't know, how the game functions, processes. I don't know how to call it. So this game actually has a lot of secrets in it, and I'll try to explain as many secrets as I know personally, but yeah, there's a lot, and I definitely didn't know about some of them until like people tell me or I see them. So I'll just show off the ones I know, but yeah, I don't know. I don't claim to know everything about this game. As well, this will probably be an extended playthrough. This won't be like a 100% playthrough because I won't like buy all the equipment that sucks in the game because it sucks. Please make it. Because there's a secret over here where you can get yourself an elixir and some money, yay! Because trust me, when I say that farming for some of the money for equipment sucks, it sucked a lot. It bad. Anyways, whoa, crazy room! And you just slip on through here. And we will end up at the first boss, or the second boss, if you want to call it that, which is the Mummy Dragon. Whoa! A lot of bosses in the game are actually pretty cycle-based, it turns out. So for the Mummy Dragon, every time you hit him, he'll kind of like bounce up a bit, and when he's up too high, well, you can't hit him. So I'm bad. So you just hit him until you can't, and then you wait for the chance where you can hit him again, and then try to like duck and dodge his weird like smoke things or whatever in the meantime. I'm doing it poorly, mind you, but it's fine. So since this boss is a little like slow paced, this is actually a boss I usually die on from the poison mechanic in hard mode. But not enough talking about those difficulty options. We're playing on normal mode because this is super casual, super pleasant mode. Yeah, I'm bad. Don't worry about that part. Also, don't ask me how damage works in this game. I'm pretty sure it's random. I'm pretty sure you can roll different damages values. That or there's decimals, I honestly don't know. So, once again, every time we beat a boss, we'll try to dodge Spooky Spirit, which is pretty random movement, like I said before. Oh man, that didn't go well. And now we're a mouse, which is the smallest form of the game. We're only 1 tile big, so here's another save warp. But the mouse properties, besides us having a shield again, is that we can, well, and that being small, is that we can climb these mouse blocks, which, you cling to them and stuff like that. If you're familiar of my playthrough of Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom, that game is made by a lot of this, well, it's a spiritual successor to Wonder Boy series to begin with. They just couldn't get away with using the name. But a lot of the forms in that game function similarly to forms in this game, actually. Although in this game, you can't really freely switch between the forms as easily. So, but you can think of this as like the snake form from that game. You can make the comparisons yourself. You're a smart person. You know how it'd be. So, first of all, I'm bad at blocking these flames. Second of all, we're gonna head over here now with the mouse, and there's actually a like secret-ish thing up here, where if you climb up here with the mouse blocks, you can jump over here and it'll take you to this room. And there's some money in here. I love money. And hearts, because why not? And it'll kick you back out here, and we're gonna go to where the arrow points us, because that's the way to go. And that arrow they actually added in this this graphic setting. It's not there normally in the original. I'll switch graphics back and forth every now and then, just to show you. So here's a equipment shop. I'm just gonna buy. I'll buy a shield, I guess. I won't buy all the armor because it costs too much money. So whenever you buy equipment in the game, actually, it gets auto-equipped. If you were to find equipment on the field, like in chest or sometimes from enemies, that happens. Then you have to equip it on manually. But whenever I'm manually like that, it's just getting auto-equipped. So I have it on. I forgot to mention that when I bought the equipment earlier when I was the lizard. I was rambling the whole time, and we will continue to ramble-damble, because that's cool. So I'll show off a couple of secrets in the game as well, which also will include some of the extra content they added in this version of the game, which is pretty cool. There are 6 additional like bonus areas you can go to with each of the different forms, including the human form, that will let you get some relics of the past, actually. The charm stones. I don't know if I said that before, but those are the only locations in the game where you can get charm stones still. And you get a charm stone for finishing each area, and whenever if you have 4 of them, then you can buy something. I think it's 4. I'm not sure. Maybe 5. You don't need all of them, but you can get all of them if you so desire, and I will show you how to get all of them. I don't know if I'll show you, but I will get all of them. And you can get yourself like this cool sword. It's not like it's supposed to be like the best weapon in the game, but it doesn't really matter in this kind of game, frankly. It's not even that much stronger. It's mostly just a novelty kind of thing. So, oh, actually, when did I say this game came out? A few years ago? I think this game came out in 2018. Actually, now I think about it, I think I actually remember the exact date. Because I think that weapon actually how much it costs is actually the year that the game was made. I think it's 2018. We'll find out in a second, I guess. Anyways, we killed this guy because it drops us a key. Yay! Oh my god, water! Guess what form is next? Oh my god, I can't believe it. So if I feel like I constantly am forgetting, oh my god, I feel like I'm constantly like not sure if I talked about something or not. I actually just beat this game earlier, and I recorded it, and it was cool and all, and it's fully recorded. You know, my voice is recording and everything throughout it, but I don't know. I wasn't super happy with some parts of it. I know I have standards. I can't believe it. Well, not that this is going any better, but we'll see. So here's the tower, which is my least favorite place in the game. I'll talk about a couple of my least favorite areas, but this is my least favorite area just because it's boring, actually. So I guess we'll take this time to talk about other things, such as this 8-bit function I've been having. You can do it for retro music too, but I think the graphics, the Sarkin graphic change is a lot more interesting than the music. The music is just a banger either way, you know? Music and the sounds. Over here, this is like an optional area of the tower where you can get yourself, not money strangely, but you can get yourself some tornado spells and an elixir. They're called potions in the game apparently. Except for in the original translation, they're called medicine, so I don't know. I'm gonna call them a bunch of different things, it turns out. Cause I'm bad. But when you have this retro setting on, you can actually mash it and it like gives people seizures and all that, you know. But if you mash it a certain amount of times, you'll see it actually slows down when you're mashing it. I don't know if I can multitask while doing this. Nice. And when it slows down, oh, okay, I missed it. Multitasking is hard. So if you mash it and it slows down a certain amount, you can actually get it to slow down and stop completely. Where you stop it actually is dependent on how you time it. So I kind of like didn't get it fully in the center this time. But if you're good at timing the process of slowing it down, you can actually get it to fully split down in the middle, which is a pretty cool experience. But like I said, I'm mostly only going to swap to the retro graphics just for comparison every now and then. But when we will play on this one, because this game is beautifully hand-drawn. This is my favorite kind of graphic style, the hand-drawn style, and it's just very pleasant to look at. And something that ages very well, you know? This style like never gets old. I would say this kind of style also never gets old, though it also mostly depends on color palettes for 8-bit things, frankly. Some of the palettes in this game are a little strong, frankly. So these weird like genie things, they come out, they spawn in certain spots, and you just kill them when you see them. They don't have that much HP when I have the sword, so I just one-shot all of them. In this difficulty setting anyways. But the tower is mostly boring because you go through a lot of similar looking rooms. Actually, they're the same rooms, it turns out. Because this is an old school 8-bit game, you can see that they made a lot of shortcuts when it comes to certain dungeon designs by copy-pasting the same rooms over and over. which has a really funny implication actually in the final dungeon. But yeah, if you're wondering why, oh my god, did you just like, a lot of these areas are the same, it's because, you know, that's how they save space back in the day. You know, programming, well, game development techniques and all that. You understand. So I'm gonna be trying to like stun lock a lot of things in the game, like, you know, swing at it a bunch or like walk up and swing at it a bunch. But actually, when you're attacking things in this game, you can actually only hit one thing at a time. So if enemies overlap, there are two enemies on top of each other, I'll actually only hit one of them, and that'll probably get me a hit. So that's something I try to avoid as well later in the game. I'll try to go out of my way to like dodge, but otherwise I want to be constantly hitting stuff, because if I'm constantly hitting the things, they will not be hitting the me. So that's important. So these things are really dangerous, so I want to make sure to kill them, because if you hit one, oh, first of all, you can see the touch damage. But if you hit one, they'll actually, and you let it recover, it'll actually start tossing like these rocks at you, which is a little annoying. They're not that hard to dodge, but I want to avoid it altogether. Also, now we're free falling. Yeah, I don't know why there's free falling music. Why it's like there's suddenly bonus music in the game. This is the only time you hear it in the game, this song too, by the way. So I don't know either, but it's happening. Anyways, the tower was so nice I climbed it twice. So here we go. For these enemies, they have more than 1 HP, so I tend to swing at them and then I toss a spell to like combo kill them, because chain attacking them with my sword is a little tricky. But this is easy, and I fucked it up because I'm dead. Whatever, I spitefully killed them. I don't need to kill enemies, but sometimes enemies just deserve to die. Enemies, sometimes they deserve to die. Nice, okay. So spells in this game actually aren't that strong. Barring the arrow spell, which only hits straight up, so the usefulness of it isn't that strong, and the tornado spell, which actually does quite a bit of damage, I mostly just use spells for additional utility purposes. In this case, like killing those guys with a combo, or like baiting out certain enemy patterns with spells. That's the main usefulness of them in this game. If you were to die in this game, you actually lose all your spells. So dying is pretty bad. You also lose, you actually don't even get an elixir back when you die. It's random if you get an elixir back, because it does like this weird wheel rolling thing if you're to die, which is bizarre, frankly. But that's how it is in the original, so they just kept it. It's been the wheel of fortune, I guess, to get an elixir. Get that dank potion. Don't worry, we're almost done with the tower. This is probably the longest area because of reasons that are unknown to me. Anyways, I wanted to make sure I at least bought a sword for this boss fight, because this boss fight is boring. This boss fight kind of suffers from like a Toadman issue, where if you just continue to follow this pattern, he'll never do anything. This guy actually only attacks you if you were to leave him alone for a little bit. So we're kind of doing a slight manipulation here. I mean, like, the slightest manipulation. Basically, when I jump over him, and then I jump over him again, that causes him to pop up, and then we attack him then, and then we just loop that process until he dies, and that's the boss fight. I promise you he has an attack, but yeah, we don't care about it. The attack's not even that dangerous. Well, I don't know if it's dangerous, but you'll get hit by it. So, just think Mega Man 4 Toadman, and that's where we ended up with this boss. Oh, I fucked it up, dude. He didn't jump out in time. Can't believe it. Yeah, it's like that's a manipulation I don't fully understand, frankly. But I just know that if you jump over him in certain ways, then it may cause him to pop out of the ground after this jump every time, which I'm clearly not getting right now, so that's cool. So I want to make sure I have a stronger weapon, because that way I can potentially skip some cycles of this fight. Though I have to deal with the damage numbers for that to happen. You know, whatever damage the game decides to give me, that's cool. So I need an 8 and a 4 here. Well, that's a 4. Can you give me another? Can you give me an 8? Give me an 8. Nice. Okay. So that's that boss fight down. No, I want the money. I want the money. I need the money. I cannot have the money. How fitting. So I'm gonna do another save warp here. The area actually below me, where I got the heart container, actually that's the shop where you can buy elixirs in the game. Though elixirs in this game actually cost more the more heart containers you have on you. So there's that. So now that we're this, you're like, what is this? This is the piranha, man. It's a fish, basically. And we're gonna go to the most fitting place that would be, you know, the place that suits Piranha Man the most, which is the desert, frankly, because why not? I'm gonna kill this cloud because I hit him. And we're gonna go to the next most befitting place of Piranha Man, which is the volcano. I know it's just canyon, but there's a volcano in the background. Come on, you know how it is. You know how it'd be. This area is okay. I need to kill a lot of these like dangerous enemies by comboing like this, and also there will be some like more of those genie kind of things, which I need to combo additionally with magic. Not these red ones, because the red ones die in one hit. But I also use a lot of tornadoes in this area because there are quite a bit of enemies in the lava. Also, you can swim in lava. Don't worry about that part. That I don't want to deal with. So tornadoes are very strong as far as actual damage goes for some reason, and they'll help me to hit things below. So that's nice. But you can imagine the Piranha Man's main feature is that he can swim. There's not much to say about. Not much to say other than that. Swimming in this game is a little janky, but you know we deal with it. So he didn't die. Died, idiot. So tornado like multi-hits that guy. Or that's cool, I guess. Nice. Oh god. Well, we're running through this now. Fuck him. Help me. Oh, I actually jumped out right there. I didn't know you could do that. Alright, well, I'm mad at these guys. I want to watch this tornado bounce back and forth and kill them. Can you? Oh my god. Alright, sick. I'm okay with everything that just happened. I use a lot of tornadoes, but that's fine. So, your shield hitbox actually isn't completely in front of you. It's pretty good, as you can see, just from that. But there will actually be some instances in this game where the monster's elevations will kind of fuck with you and you won't be able to block stuff, which is really sucky, but oh well. It is what it is. In here, there's some money chest. The right door actually is another healing place you can go to, nurse's office or whatever. But this left door actually sells you the dragon mail, which, much like a game that was inspired by this game, prevents the heat. In this case, it prevents lava, so we can actually swim around through the lava. If you so desire, you can not buy it and like run through the lava. I'm sure it's possible, but yeah. But they definitely want you to use it because there is a lot. Thanks, dude. He pushed me into the corner. But there is a lot of lava, so they definitely do want you to use it. Plus, that's also the reason why they give you money right there, so give you some extra buffer for you to be able to buy the armor. What up, man? You dead as hell now. I'm dead as hell now because I'm swinging when I should be blocking. Whatever. So I am Stone Face Man. Big blocks. Yo, check out. Did I pass the random things already? You like the springs that were in the lava for no reason. Alright, so here's another big change they made, quality of life wise in this game. First of all, we're gonna go in this room, and it's a transformation room actually. The transformation room looks really pretty in this game. It shows all the different forms, spoilers. But we're actually gonna transform back into the mouse form for the time being. Because, like I said, the lizard doesn't do anything. But the mouse form helps us climb mouse blocks, so we're gonna do that. And we're gonna go over here and we're gonna pick up, spoilers, the Thunder Sword. It's actually not called that in this game. Actually, the Thunder Sword doesn't exist. Instead, in this game, it's called the Thunder Ring, which you pick up. But it serves the same function in the fact that when you have this item, you can start breaking these blocks now. So originally, the Thunder Sword was a sword that you could equip, and it lets you break blocks. But actually, even in that game, I'm gonna save quit. In that game, you don't even need to have the sword equipped, I think, to break blocks. So it's just a weak-ass sword for no reason. So in this game, they actually got rid of it completely, and they replaced it with a Thunder Ring, which is a passive item instead. And so that's how they added in one more weapon in the game, which is the weapon you get for oh my god, which is the weapon you get for doing all the Charmstone stuff. I missed a jump, which is terrible. So when you're standing on this mouse block, you can sideways swing and break this block, which is how you get to places. I think figuring that out for most people is pretty hard, honestly. That's something you think about. It's kind of cheap. How? Oh, I'm stupid, actually. That's not how you get up there at all. I'm thinking of something completely different. Wow. Well, we had our first brain fart of the playthrough. How unfortunate. I do want to be getting to that well hole area, but you actually go in this one and bounce up and land on the mouse blocks, and that'll let you drop down here. My bad. I was wondering why I was missing this jump, and I was like, oh wait, you actually just can't do it in general. So when you're hanging on mouse blocks, actually, you can kind of like slide and break these blocks a bunch at a time, but otherwise you have to do it really slowly like this. But when back on the mouse blocks, we're just gonna be sliding again. And we're gonna break this block, and it makes a question mark appear, which makes a door appear, which lets us get a treasure chest, which is the magical saber, With the Magical Saber, I'll show its function off really fast. Makes blocks whenever you hit these star platform or star background tiles, and then whenever you have a normal weapon back on, you break them. So that's cool and all. You need this to beat the game is the main reason. There's actually not that much purpose for it otherwise, frankly. Another thing is that we can break this block now, and this actually lets us access a transformation area in the main town. So when I transform back to Piranha, because we need the to be the Piranha. Just saying. So that's cool and dandy and all. So at the Piranha, we're actually gonna go to a water area. Actually, is this armor better or worse? Oh, it's better at this point. Okay. Because I'm probably not gonna get armor for a while. It turns out. So as the actually, I don't want to be doing this just yet. So this is normally how you would get back. You just go in this door and it takes you back to one of those. Oh, it actually doesn't even take you to an exit room. You just exit. Think. I didn't want to do this yet, actually. I was like, I feel like I'm forgetting something, and I definitely am. Because instead of immediately going to where we're supposed to be going, I actually want to pop out of this water spot right here. If I ever do it. And this is actually a shop. So normally, this is one of those instances where you wouldn't be able to buy stuff like this unless you have a certain amount of charm stones. But because we don't have to worry about that in this game, we can just buy the Lucky Sword. And the Lucky Sword, aside from being a pretty strong weapon for this point in the game, get lucky. It actually increases money drops. So having this sword on makes your money issues, well, a lot easier. So this is a chest that I would recommend farming in the beginning of the game. I don't know if this is the beginning of the game anymore, frankly. But you just go in here with a Lucky Sword, grab all that money, then save quit, and then go back to it and get more money. There's a much better spot later in the game, but that's obviously later in the game. Words are hard. So now that I remember to do the thing, I'm going to go ahead and advance the game. So we can go over down here. And with our new Thunder Ring bracelet, it's called a Thunder Ring, right? Yeah. I'm going to call it a bracelet interchangeably because I'm bad, I know it, but it's fine. So actually this area of the game is actually pretty skippable because if you saw the area we were falling into earlier as when I was the mouse, that actually is another section of the game. And as far as I'm concerned, you can just go there right now. It's pretty hard though. They don't want you to be going there yet, but there's nothing like stopping you, frankly, as far as I'm aware. Other than that, it's difficult. But I'll just show off this area because this is how I normally play the game. I don't really bother doing that because it's annoying. You gotta see the Piranha Man in action, dude. Come on, look at the action. I think the Piranha Man's design is one of the more radically different ones. Also, deadly blocks. Watch out for the deadly blocks, dude. That shit is spooky as hell. Alright, so to the left of me actually is a, what is it? A nurse thing, so you can get healing there. And here's a spooky pirate ship. We're gonna run past the spooky pirate ship for a little bit because I want to go down here. Because down here is actually the location of another heart container. And more spooky blocks, whoa! The spooky blocks actually deal damage to you if you touch them. I know it doesn't look like they should deal damage to you, but they do. They're just blocks, I know, but, son of a bitch. So because I'm not buying all the equipment in the game, because most of it gets outdated pretty fast anyways, it lets me have more money to buy important things, and I don't need to farm, which is great. Here's the heart container. Now we're going to go back to Spooky Pirate Ship. Spooky Pirate Ship and the next area, I think, are two of the more dangerous areas in the game, because, for one, my equipment isn't great, and two, the enemies in general do a lot of damage there anyways to begin with, even if your armor is better than this. But it's fine. We'll figure it out. I will get hit by Spooky Block one day, and you will discover the power of it, but it's not right now. And get out of here, anglerfish. What is your problem in life? So we're gonna go into this door upside down, and we'll end up in the shipwreck. And the shipwreck has these ghost things that appear in certain spots. The spots they appear in are fixed, and they just kind of appear and be upset at you, frankly. So I kind of like inch forward a lot in this place because I don't remember where all of them spawn, frankly. So, and if they're in front of my face, I want to get rid of them. There's one more right here. There's two more right here, actually. So the red ones disappear and say boo and all that. But the blue and green ones, because you might have noticed that different enemies have different like ranks in this game. So these ones actually shoot at you, and yeah, that's super annoying. So I need to watch out for that. Make sure I'm blocking them with my shield. And I killed them because I'm mad at them mostly. Full healing. Nice. Now listen to my tornadoes because they get used quite a bit here. The spooky blocks are back! danger blocks. Yeah, that guy can live, whatever. So I'm gonna scoot over here because I need to combo kill this guy, and since you can only hit one enemy at a time, I need to make sure there's enough space so I can keep bouncing him before I run into this guy, because he would ruin everything. So I'm gonna keep doing that with these other Cyclops because, like I said, they're pretty strong. If you saw me take damage from them earlier just by touching them, so give him the space, let him rock, let him pimp walk over to me, and I'll just smack him to death. So, once again, give this guy space, because there's a guy right here, actually. I'm surprised I walked past him. Thankfully the fireballs don't go full screen, so that's nice of them. Alright, that went well. That guy can live, whatever. There's one behind me right here, I think. Yep. Oh my god. And of course he despawns, like, cause I'm out of his range when you're walking over there. These enemies are really placed, if we're being honest. It's kind of special, but I digress. Here's another danger block. Whoa! Just let it pass above you and go in this door. We're upside down, by the way, it's the whole time. Well, all the doors are, anyways. Here's some relatively normal enemies considering everything else we've been through. Just kill them up. And of course we got more spooky ghosts back. If you ever play the SMS version, the controls are not nearly as good. They're a little like, they did just feel a bit clunkier. I think more inputs get dropped and stuff like that, but you know, it's fine. That's probably the thing I like the most about the Switch, frankly, other than Charm Stones being removed. So here are the blue ones, which are just as rude as the green ones. But in this difficulty, I don't think their HP difference matters as much. I want to kill you because I don't like your family, actually. This section I think is... so I tornado these guys because I don't want to jump down in there. I can get up down, legs are nice. And also... because some stupid stuff's gonna happen, like where a guy spawns over here. I feel like there's one that spawns in a rude location here. There it is. And I got hit by him, but I knew it was coming up. That's unfortunate. Oh god. You know what? Oh, I used way too many tornadoes actually. Oh well. Man! This game. So, I think it's mostly because of a resolution thing in this game, but actually, if you stand over here in this fight in this version of the game, not in the SMS version, this area actually is relatively safe. Not completely safe, but safer. So you can like block these chain things, but okay, maybe not. Maybe it's only if you do this. Hold on a second. I know you can do this. There you go. So you wait for him to jump to you, then you can hit him and things like that. So that's like a safe way of doing it if you want to do it that way. Otherwise, just jump up and swing at him. So we'll do that because it speeds up the fight quite a bit. Also, the screen tilting every time he jumps in this version of the game is pretty cool. So just keep your combo on and you're all good to go. And hopefully we won't miss the money. Because now that I have the Lucky Sword, this money is starting to add up. This guy's got treasures, though. If he has so much treasures, maybe he should, like, you know, put it in a place that's not an upside-down buried ship. Hey, you know the lion form is, like, my favorite form in Monster Boy and the Curse Kingdom? It's also my favorite form in this game, too, it turns out. Though in this game, it's mostly my favorite form for more boring reasons. It's just the strongest form in the game, frankly. Also, its walking animation looks sick. But the main ability of the lion form is that it swings in an arc compared to all the other forms. So the arc swing, this actually is a really good hitbox, but it lets us hit things like below us and things like that. Above and below us, please break the thing. I guess I didn't need to break that one, but whatever. Come on. So over here, there's a heart container that we can grab. So that's pretty cool. Oh my god, I want the money. As well as we have to jump to break this. I'm bad. So we can break this block. You can actually break this block as the mouse, but it won't do anything because the sword in here that I'm gonna buy is the Muramasa Blade. That's also where you would buy the bonus weapon when we have all the Charm Stones, which I guess will show off later. But the Muramasa Blade is actually a very, very strong weapon. Certain weapons in the armor in this game actually have different stats depending on what form you're in, and the Muramasa Blade is one of them. But this one is probably the most significant because it adds a lot of power to the Lion Man's form. The sword actually has, I think, 250 attack as the Lion Man, which is only 5 damage off max attack in the game. So it's very, very strong and very worth it. But speaking of things that break the game, we're actually about to break the game pretty hard coming up pretty soon. So actually, I'll explain that in a second because I got to figure out how to get to this place because I always like go the wrong path. Yeah, I know it just leads to dead ends, but I feel stupid inside all the time. It's crazy. You can die. Yeah, this hitbox on this sword swing is actually way better than it looks. It's pretty deceiving, honestly. Do you go down here? Yeah, you go down here now. Arrows, yay! So you can hit this guy just standing right here, which is pretty cool. And also, well, we're not there yet. I go down here. Sick jumps and all that. So, there's actually a secret, like, nurse house coming up ahead. In this version, they actually gave it a hint to where it is. It's always there. But in this game, it is a broken sign for it, as you can see. Though there's no broken sign for it in the original. And you can hold up here, and it takes you to a place if you want to buy healings. Which is pretty cool and all that. Also, my defense sucks, remember that. I don't have any armor. Other than the dragon mail, which is not great, frankly. Oh, God. Though with the dragon mail, I mean, it only damage this lava. Amazing. Wow. Gameplay. So I'm gonna start explaining this right now, actually, while I hopefully don't get hit by these spooky spirit things, because that can happen. Oh my god, I got the double block, and then I ran into him. Gameplay got negated. Can't believe. So we're actually about to go into another secret shop, and we're gonna buy a weapon called the Tasmanian Sword. Which the Tasmanian Sword has a very much like a secret feature in the original version of the game, the Sega Master System version. I don't know if you can call it secret, Easter egg, whatever, debug code, whatever you want to call it. But basically, I don't know the button combination for it in that game. But if you plug in a second controller to the Sega Master System and you press a certain button combination, it actually switches your form. Which switching your form outside of normal gameplay, as you can imagine, with the transformation rooms, breaks the game quite a lot. And it actually even lets you switch to forms that you don't even have yet. So we'll be able to switch to the form after this one, and also to the human form, I think? I'm not sure if you can switch to the human form actually with it. So in this game, when they made it, they actually wanted to keep that property of it because it's kind of like a cool like function of it. So in this game, if you have a Tasmanian Sword, first of all, you don't need to plug in a second controller to do it. So that's cool and all. But if I were to equip the Tasmanian Sword, which I guess I already have on still because I forgot you auto-equip stuff while shopping, haha. And while you're in midair, if you press up and attack, you'll switch forms actually. So if I do it right now, I'll switch forms. So you can switch forms as many times as you press it while you're up and B while you're in midair. In this game, you actually can't switch forms between forms you don't have. So I can't switch to the form like the human form or the form after this one, which is a bird. Spoilers. But yeah. And it's quite powerful because we're gonna switch into forms that we're not supposed to be and do cool stuff with it later. It's gonna be sick. Also, this is the best room of all time. You just hold right. Just hold right and win, baby. But we can't do that in these other rooms. Also, if you're wondering where the hell we are, don't worry about it. The game exists. It's happening. I don't know how we ended up in the cavern here. Don't worry about it. So I should mention right now, my defense sucks ass. So yeah, we're going to be taking a lot of damage here. If you were talking about how the tower is my least favorite area just based on it being boring, this is my least favorite area just based on how strong it is. It's very, very dangerous. And we will probably die a couple of times. These samurai enemies, actually, if you were to swing at them or get near them, they actually kind of like hop. I guess you have to swing at them for it to happen. Yeah, so you swing at them and they'll hop back. But if you hack them with magic instead, they won't hop back on the magic. So you can hit them with that to start your sunlock going. So that's what I do here. So a lot of fireballs will get used here for that reason. But this area is a bunch of running back and forth, left and right a lot. Because, like I said, reused assets, rooms, and all that. Which also happened in the pirate area, I believe. So the different elevations here actually kind of fuck over you dodging some of these shurikens. I don't know which ones it fucks over. But yeah, you actually can't block them because some of the ninjas will be standing on like pots. And it's like the wrong elevation somehow. So I try to jump over them when I can. But yeah, it's not great either. Hopefully I don't die too many times because that would suck. I only have so many elixirs to work with. Well, I think you can actually cancel the elixir healing animation, which would make you heal less. So I'd recommend not doing that because that's stupid, frankly. So yeah, the fireball spell doesn't get used for damage, but sure has a lot of utility somehow. So I could also use boomerangs too, but boomerangs would bounce the enemy back to me sometimes, and it might kind of like push the enemy into me, and I kind of don't want that. So I use the fireball spells because they're more consistent. Though I would be saving magic if I used boomerangs, admittingly, because I would get them back. Alright. So we gotta do a couple more iterations of this. I don't really want to kill all the ninjas because it's annoying to kill them, but it's not that annoying, but if possible I just want to run past them because them coming up to you like does a big hop which lets you run under them, so there's that. But I definitely kill the samurais because they're in the way. For a lot of the samurais, you can see that when you if they were to like dodge you, they counter with like a lightning spell thing, which is pretty annoying. So here's the boss room, but if you go in this door, the secret door, you can get yourself another elixir. Considering I just used one, that's nice. And this boss actually functions pretty similarly to the samurais, where if you try to swing at him, he'll kind of parry you. So it's kind of like that. But when he's in that like lightning animation, that actually gives you an opportunity to hit him. So I think you can do in this fight actually is if you use a spell and hit him, that'll actually bait him into his lightning animation. So you want him to do that because that's the easiest time to hit him. So that's kind of like my strategy for it. Otherwise, this fight, it's kind of a mess. I have the Murmaster Blade on, okay? Yeah, so I'm doing the max amount of damages. This is probably the hardest boss. I don't actually know a good strategy for it, unfortunately. I never really learned a good strategy for it. I'm out of that thing. Otherwise, you can just be patient and wait for him to do it normally. What is that? Oh, I can lightning him. Get lightning, bitch. You did! Okay, I was gonna say, you did? I guess not. Make sure you have the lucky sword on because it makes more money drop. Yes, even just swapping into it like this will change the money drops to be bigger money spawns. It's pretty silly. So you can see when I swoop off of it, it'll suddenly drop dropping coins, but now it's dropping bags. So that's happening. And I want all this money because it's cool. But now that I have the Tasmanian sword, it lets me show off stuff in the game easier because I can just form really simply. So now we're the Hawkman form. Birdman! It's a hawk, apparently. Over here, all the areas have like a thing where like you enter this door and it makes you leave, which I tend to have been skipping a lot of them because of, what is it? I just say warp out instead. But I want to take this time actually to grab this money chest over here. But I also want to talk about a item in the game called the Hades armor, which I'm not buying. So the Hades armor in the game actually is an armor that functions like an elixir. If you have it equipped and you die with it, it'll consume the Hades armor and you'll live. But you'll lose the Hades armor in response. I bought a key, by the way, because we're actually going to go, for one, get this heart container before I forget, because that happens a bunch. So there's a pretty well-known glitch with the Hades armor in the original version of the game, where if you were to die with the Hades armor on and you don't ever look at your armor equipment screen again, I don't know if you pause the game or go to menu or you have to look at your armor specifically, but the game will always think you have the Hades armor on still anyways, also the bird can't swim. And you'll basically, what it means is that every time you die, if you never look at that screen again, you'll always revive when you die, which is pretty hilarious. But in this game, that don't exist. But it's a pretty cool tidbit about the Hades armor. Anyways, we're back at the beginning of the game. Here's the castle. It's a little fucked up. You can use a key for some reason because you need a key to enter it, and we'll enter the old castle. So I think I've mentioned this before, but all the different forms actually have different stats in the game. And the Birdman, sorry if I say that, it's the Hawkman, whatever, politically correct and all that. The Hawkman actually is one of the weaker forms in the game, which is really unfortunate because this is like the last form you have. So if I get, plus I have no armor on as is, so if I already get hit, I'm gonna get chunked super hard. But my attack power is actually quite low. Even with the legendary equipment, which is where we're trying to get right now, because we're in the final place and we dropped our legendary equipment. Even with the legendary equipment, the Hawkman's attack doesn't reach over 200, so it is quite weak. But if we go back to where the Mecha Dragon was, we'll open this chest. Yay, that's the legendary sword right there. And if we were to go back inside after we open the chest, you get a money drop. Or a money chest, rather. So this is where I would recommend farming for money. If you want to save quite a bunch, just have the lucky sword on. I'm not even sure if you need it, but I would put it on anyways. And just grab money here. And now I'm going to take this time to freaking calm my voice down for a second. Okay, you can do this. My voice is definitely shot, but we got this. So, yeah, my attack is bad. 70 attack, dear god. 185 with the legendary sword, but yeah, it's not great. But I just thought the boomerang. Nice. But I mean, you can also just switch to the lion and kick major ass. So yeah. Get out of here! So even with the legendary sword of the lion, it's 245 attack, which is pretty good. But if you remember, the Murdermouth weapon is still 250 attack. So the Murdermouth weapon as a lion is still stronger than the legendary sword. I think the only thing that beats it is the bonus weapon you would get. I think that's 255. But yeah. Anyways, that guy still drops a key, by the way. So we're gonna go in here and you know, traverse the way back to the exit, whatever. This guy drops the legendary armor actually, which is good because I don't have any armor right now. So I will gladly put that on. Yeah, so I want to be the lion as much as possible if I'm gonna fight stuff because it is so strong. And we'll end up out of here, and suddenly we can stand here, by the way. And if you hold up here, there's actually a secret shop which shows you the legendary shield, which some idiot lost. I don't know who the hell lost it. But yeah, so at this point in the game, what do I need to do? I think I'm good actually. I'll show off all the bonus stuff after we beat the game. So in the meantime, I'm gonna switch back to bad menuing, if you want to call this menuing. Either way, it was bad. Flying is kind of jank, if we're being honest. But we'll live with it. It's a little slow and has weird momentum. So I need to buy another key actually because the game is something special. I don't know. It's a thing that exists. So we're buying a key here. And we're gonna head over to the final dungeon right now. There's a secret shop right here, which you can use to buy potions if you so desire. I'll buy one because I have the money for it. The potions are really expensive at this point in the game though because we have so many hearts. And if you fly over here with the Hawkman, oh my god, she's so celestial and all that shit. But you need a key to enter here too for some reason. So this is the only use, one of the only uses of the magic saber in this game. It has more uses because of the bonus content, thankfully. But you make a block here in the middle, and it makes a door appear. And yeah, shout out to old school games. And now with the Sky Palace, which is the final dungeon of the game. Awesome. So this dungeon actually has a bunch of transformation rooms that we'll use to transform into different forms and do cool like rooms and all of that. But we're gonna ignore a lot of that because, well, we're gonna ignore some of it because we have the Tasmanian sword and I'm gonna cheater mode with it. So this room actually has, this room, if you notice, this room will get copy pasted a couple times. And if you notice in right here, you can see that enemy on the bottom right corner. I'm gonna kill this guy. Actually, does he do it? Let me see if I can demonstrate it really fast. I probably happened earlier and I wasn't gonna mention. So you see he actually goes through like that bottom left part right there, right? And you're like, what is that? Well, that's actually not a wall. So that enemy goes through it right there. But there actually is some cool usefulness you can do with that because this room gets copy pasted a bunch throughout the dungeon. This room and another room, though another room not as much. So they want you to switch to the mouse here, which we'll do. Just, oops, not be their transformation room, and I'd be up here because that's the only real path. And with our ability to switch back, we're just gonna fly through this room. Big cheating, except for this guy who denied our big cheating. You come over here and see what happens, bitch. But we need to be the mouse again because it's the right size to squeeze through this hole. And because the mouse is the same size as those guys, there's a convenient mouse-shaped hole for us to walk through, which is pretty cool. This door right here has the last card container of the game. It's in the final dungeon for some reason, but I digress. I'm gonna switch to my arrow because I'm gonna shoot that nerd. You can die too. I can fly through this room. He fucking body blocked me. Alright. But I'm not really gonna bother with it because we'll just go through this way. What the hell? Okay. I think this room also gets copy pasted, but like that's weird. I don't think I knew that. So we're gonna walk through that again because it's cool. And they want us to be the Piranha Man now, so I will totally fuck this up. Well, we're gonna take damage from being a bird in a second, so that's cool. Because the bird cannot swim. I overdid the thing. Once again, the command is up B while in midair, so sometimes I press it on accident. But yeah, it's fine. I'll attempt to fly through this room, but it's obviously not going to work. Also, a ninja just came out of nowhere. What the fuck? But with the legendary armor and legendary shield, you can see we're actually really tanky at this point in the game. So I can actually damage through a lot of this, and we're fine. Even as the Hawkman. I'm surprised I didn't get hit there, frankly. This room you can just straight up fly over, so that's nice. Haha, fuck your spooky spirits. And now we'll switch over to the lion, which lets us just break through these blocks. What the hell? Where'd you guys come from? Walk through this with the mouse because it's cool looking. And you can actually do it here even though there's things in the way. Just damage boost to that guy and fuck through. It's pretty silly. I love it. So this room we're gonna fly over, which will have questionable results, frankly. I think it's fine. I think this room is the one that has more questionable results because there are ninjas jumping through it. So I'm gonna like wait for this one. It didn't work. And then we also have to get to the door at the end, so that's fantastic. I'm trying to unlock him with this. You lightning zap the thing. Okay, yeah. So that'll let me get through. They don't want you to walk this way, but I don't give a fuck. And this is actually the same room again. So I'm actually gonna be the mouse and walk through this that spot. So down here, this is actually where the transformation door is. So you just hold up there. You need to do that anyways, because you need to be the Hawkman to go over here. So it's not that big of a deal. It's not actually a secret. I could theoretically be a mouse in these rooms, but coming from this side is a little bit awkward. I don't want to deal with it. And I'll go the long way around because it's more intended, I guess. This room is copy-pasted, yeah? What is the point of this section? I don't think I knew that. So, we're at the final boss now. The final boss actually takes quite a while to kill as the bird, because like I said, your attack power is so low. But, oops. But we'll just be the lion instead. And maybe if we're lucky, we'll four-shot him. If we're not lucky, we will not four-shot him. What the fuck? I've never seen that happen. So otherwise, the main strategy is just stand in the middle of this room and wait for him to come to you. And then when he comes to you, just swing at him. If you try to chase him down, you'll probably will get fireballed in the face, and you'll be very upset, frankly. But being in the middle is like sort of the sweet spot where you don't get fireballed nearly as often. Alright, we five-shot him. Fine. No, we beat the game, by the way. We beat the game, we killed a lot of people, and I guess we found this item that decurses us? The Salamander Cross? So we'll lose all our forms one by one. Animation-wise, anyways. We actually skipped one animation because we're actually already skipped the Hawkman's animation because we're the lion already. So theoretically, if you were the lizard man form, you could skip all the animations and just have this last one. But the lizard form does like no damage to the final boss, so it wastes more time. It's pretty silly. So yeah, that's the game. But stick around because we'll show off some of the bonus content they added into the game as well. I'll show off a cool secret that I definitely didn't know about till more recently. Which I talked about how there's a secret in the heart container room for the pyramid. Those blocks that surround it actually are thunder ring blocks that you can destroy, and we'll get some cool treasure out of that. The long battlefield journey. The tales of your gallant and heroic action. I don't know if we did any gallant and heroic action per se. I'm pretty sure we just murdered like literally fucking everyone we saw. So that's cool and all, you know. Great. We did it. Good night, Monsterland. Alright, so I haven't done this like bonus stuff in a while, so it's probably gonna look atrocious, so I hope you're ready. So I'm actually gonna skip the credits because I want to save time, unfortunately. The credits are necessary! I'm really sorry. But we're gonna break this block, and I'm actually gonna switch over to the bird form, and I'm gonna hold up and attack and jump at the same time. And we'll have a gender swap. I don't know when you can do this. You might have to beat the game first. But actually, if you saw, I don't know if I talked about this, but you can play as both a boy or a girl in this game. And if you ever want to swap in between them, you can input that code to swap in between them. So I figured, well, let's just play as the girl for a little bit at the end of the game. Though it doesn't change how any of your forms look, as you can see. Flying is jank. Okay, so let's start by going over here. This will actually do multiple things for us being in a desert. For one, we'll show off one of the bonus areas, and we'll also get to the pyramid, so I can show off that thing as well. So the bonus area actually is downwards, I guess. Now, what am I doing? Because you can actually, in these antlions throwing fireballs at you, there actually are rooms below them if you were to like fall in. I know it's a little awkward to fall in, but like you kind of go down here, and this is like where you would end up if you were to fall in, and it's bad. I'm bad. Also, I need to switch forms because that's not good. Whatever, this is fine. Get out of here, idiot. So here's one of the bonus areas they added in the game. So another property of the lizard form actually is that you can actually break blocks with your head, which only is relevant when you have the Thunder Ring, obviously, but you can do this. So, if you were to go into any of these forms besides the form they want you to go in, they'll auto-swap you to the form. So I'm actually the lizard form right now, because this is the lizard man's area. And I actually can't swap forms while I'm in here, even with a Tasmanian Blade. Which means I need to switch off of it. So I'm putting the command info right now, but it won't do anything. So, wow, the lizard, damn, 155 attack, it's even weaker than the hawk. That's why the final boss takes forever with it. Jesus Christ. So these areas are pretty strong as far as damaging things. I tried to block with a shield, I'm not gonna lie, but I don't have one. But the main gimmick of the lizard mans is you like springs? Because there are a lot of springs here. Also, this remix of the song is interesting. Yeah, there are a lot of enemies in these areas, okay? So, it's pretty brutal without the legendary equipment. Also, so whenever you, like I said, so you break things with your head. What am I doing? You break things with your head like that, so, you know, that's what, you're kind of like freeing these things whenever you break them with your head, and it's kind of obnoxious. But actually, I'm gonna kill this guy first of all. But I have a million arrows, it's fine. I killed him out of spite. Actually, if you have the magical saber on, because the magical saber makes blocks, you actually won't destroy blocks with them. So a good way of like cheating this method, cheating this area rather, is they kind of expect you to do like some cool stuff where like you dodge these things while bouncing on the springs. But if you just have the magical saber on, you don't worry about anything, it turns out. So I don't know if this is intended or an oversight, but yeah. So that's actually the end of the Lizardman area. We're gonna just get this chest, and that'll give us a Charm Stone. You did it! You got the Charm Stone. Should I walk out? Yeah. Fuck walking out. Fuck that. So let's go ahead and switch back to the bird. Hawk, man. So, this is going to be a little, uninteresting for a second. We're just going to do a lot of flying over, a lot of mashing of the jump button. So, enjoy this for a little bit, I guess. Oh my god. That fireball spooked me, dude. Maybe I'll split the screen in the middle while we're waiting. It's not perfectly in the middle still. I'm really bad at timing it. But anyways, we're about getting close to where the pyramid is, so... You have made it with me on this journey. Congratulations. Yeah, unfortunately, the only bad thing about these bonus areas is getting to them. It's kind of annoying. This one is not even like one of the bonus areas per se. It's just a cool secret that I like showing off. Make sure you dodge this idiot, because, you know... I get hit by him more often than I like to admit. That's why I keep telling you to dodge him. So, you can break these blocks, and if you were to fall down here, you end up in a place with a lot of treasure chests. So actually, you can actually only open one treasure chest at a time for some reason. But there are, I want to say like 8 treasure chests? 9 treasure chests maybe? And if you hold up anywhere on the ground, there are a million doors on the ground. Like, there, on every 2 tiles, there's a door. So actually, the first 3 or 4 treasure chests, 3 I think, treasure chests just have money in them. Let me look at some of the other ones really fast. But I think starting from the 4th chest onwards, you start getting spells. So it should be at this chest. Oh, okay, so there's only 2 money chests. Okay, so if you count in order, this would give you fire spells, this would give you tornado spells, arrow spells, boomerangs, thunders. And the very last one, I believe, gives you a elixir, I think? I'm not even sure it gives you elixirs. Let's find out. So there's actually 8 chests then, right? I think that's right. I can do math, question mark. Oh, so here's more money. I'm pretty sure this one gives you elixirs, though. It's just a lucky saber, Yeah, so this is a cool bonus area that I don't think not many people know about, because when the hell would you ever come back here, right? So... that's a cool little tidbit. Let's go ahead and do some more of the bonus areas and get more charm stones. We're gonna do the Hawkman ones next, which is also in the desert, kind of. It's in the canyon, so we're gonna do a lot of flying to the right this time. Everything I own in the box to the right. There's actually pretty cool speedrun tech in this game. So one of the glitches that they kept in the game is sort of like this one where if you're swimming and you press some inputs, you'll start like, where you're swimming on top of the surface, right, of a water, which in this case is lava, I suppose. But you can actually keep infinitely swimming upwards, and if you keep infinitely swimming upwards, you can actually get to this bonus area, which is added in the game. So that's why it's speedrun tech only in this version. But we're actually on the very top right area of this place, there's a wall, but on the top right of it, it's not fully covered. So if you fly over there, you're into the bonus area, the unknown, and this unknown is for the Hawkman. So the pretty cool speedrunning tech for it is you do that glitch where you infinitely swim upwards, and you'll swim over to the Hawkman form. And since the place auto transforms you into the form it wants you to be, you'll actually transform into the Hawkman form earlier than you're supposed to, which is pretty fancy. Also, so over here, this is the wall, but you can just fly over, and now we're here. So I'm gonna put on this stuff because we are going to get booty blasted. Main gimmick for the Hawkman's bonus area is just, I have so many tornadoes, what the hell? It's just mostly just a lot of flying gimmicks, so flying through these areas with cool precision, basically. Also, I jumped over that guy for no reason other than for style, I guess? Question mark? So you gotta like be careful with your flying so you don't hit these springs or that or water or anything. It's cool that like you don't see that gimmick much of where water damages the bird. I'm so bad. I haven't done these moves in a long time, so yeah. Also, if you press down while flying, you cancel your flying, which is screwing me over right now. There we go. But they put water in this area, so these areas are pretty cool. So you can see more of the gimmicks of each form. Each form can like, I don't know, show off its powers or lack thereof, I guess. Who knows? Getting bodied. And now we're gonna do some epic combat with in a pod that's pretty hard to chain things because we're going downstairs. Got it though. Oh yeah, you also stay in midair when you're swinging as the bird and while flying. I honestly forgot all the flying mechanics of this game. I don't know if you need to kill. Okay, there we go. I was like, I don't even need to kill all the enemies, but one of them has a key, so I would like the key. Okay, so that's the end of the Hawkman section. So we're gonna grab this Trimstone, which leaves 4 more to go. So hopefully I remember what all 4 are. Spoilers, I don't. Maybe I do actually. Let's go ahead and do probably the Piranha Man's next, which is back in the first area of the game. So we'll just go over there, and as well as switch weapons, I said. So over here to the left, actually, I think it's a shop, honestly. And this shop actually sells you a shield that's designed for use for the Piranha Man. But actually, over here, if you hold up, this is the bonus area for the Piranha Man. Golden crabs, man! I can't believe it. Get out of here! Get hit with tornadoes, golden crabs. They have so much HPs. I'm supposed to put this on instead. Getting bodied by this idiot! Deadly blocks are back! Also, I think this unknown music doesn't actually have... Unknown area doesn't actually play the unknown music. It just plays this song. I think. Get me! I will murder your whole family. See me in the club. Anyway, I don't think there's that much to say about this bonus area, honestly. Oh, it does play ultimate music. Well, it plays the music of their dungeon area. Totally forgot about that. Also, whoever made gold spirits with all their HP, I'd have a lot of questions for you. And whoever put them in just as bad locations as in the original game, I also have a lot of questions for you. Because holy fuck. That's rude as hell. Alright, whatever, you can live. Oh my god. That's in the worst position ever! I need a key. I don't have a key. I don't think I have a key anyways. I did not pick up a key. So really just one enemy that I didn't kill has the key. Because I'm upset at that. Oh my god, I'm upset at that. Get out. Get out of your mind! This is just about going as... This is going just about as well as I would expected it to. Because this is a part of the game I don't remember that well. Okay, so because I don't feel like walking out, we're just gonna suck at transforming really fast. Look at those birds. I'm also a bird. So we're gonna do the lions one next, so I'll just switch over to lion right now. Which means that Muramasa Blade time! Yeah, boy! It's not here. I should not have fell in yet. Whatever. We're murdering things. It's all good. Can you leave? What are these noises these guys make? Is it over here or is it up ahead more? I don't remember honestly. Is it in this room? Okay. You know, crabs! Okay. I guess this isn't really that much different. So actually, I think it's right here. If you look closely, you can see some blocks you can destroy, the Thunder Ring blocks. If you have this graphic setting on, it's a lot easier to see. But yeah, so you go down here with the lion. One of these doors takes you out. Okay, cool. I went in the right door. Fucking ninjas are back! I'm upset at ninjas. I'm upset that I can't make the jump. Alright, so... There's not that much to say about this one either. This one is mostly pretty standard as far as gimmicks, because the lion doesn't really have that many gimmicks. So they just decided, hey, let's put this platform section here, I guess. And miss, because I'm bad. I like it. Okay. So for this one, if you put once again, another instance of you put on like either the lion or not the magical saber, you won't destroy these, and if you so desire, you can put the dragon mail on too if you fall into lava, but it's not that big of a deal. The idea is that you're not supposed to be like swinging to break all the platforms, but you can mitigate it. So now we're gonna do the mouse's one next, which is down here. So this is the block you destroy if you want to buy the weapon. It's called the Gallic Sword, I think? Gallic Saber? I don't remember. I think I have enough to buy it. Yeah, Gallic Sword. Oh, 2017. Haha, I'm 1 year off. I don't have enough money to buy it. Oh well. So yeah, it has been 3 years since this point. We were wrong! I never remember dates and stuff like that. Time to me is so bad. I don't know these things anymore. So, this one is another one of those ridiculous ones to find, actually. It's actually hidden in a wall here. I honestly don't know how to expect you to find it. But then again, you can say that about many things in the game. So, it's just right here. The mouse one's unknown area is probably my favorite, although it's going to take me forever to do it because it involves the most amount of platforming, actually. Because the mouse has one of the more interesting platforming gimmicks of the area, which is, you know, using the mouse blocks to climb stuff. Get out of here. But it's pretty difficult as a result, so this will probably take me a couple tries. Unfortunately. Because we gotta do some precarious platforming. I don't like this at all. He bodied me! Oh. End it now. I'll bust out some lightnings next time, I guess. And this guy's always in the way whenever you fall, so that's cool. You know, can you... Please leave the premises. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? You're supposed to get low enough so I can hit you. Why is he not... Okay, you know what? I'm okay with this either ways. Okay, so I need to dodge this guy. That is not dodge. Why am I trying to dodge him? I can just kill him. What the hell? It's not like... I forgot how the game works, clearly. Can you let me through? All I ask of you is to let me through. Fucking cloud, bitch. I'm surprised I killed him, frankly. Holy shit. Leave, bitch. You want to get arrow too? I will kill you with the arrow. It'll make me feel very good about life. I'm stupid, frankly. I did not hold down the direction long enough to do the thing. Well, I did say this will take me a while. Does this guy want... What does he want in life? Does he want to attack me or not? What are you doing? What you doing? Okay. Oh my god, I missed it. One block jumps, dude. I'm seriously surprised every time I get that. The hitbox on his sword is probably bigger than I think. My skills are probably worse than I think. And that guy, he lived! Fuck him. If you knocked me off, I was about to be very, very upset at you. Okay. Let's try this again. Why don't I just kill him, huh? How does that sound? Yeah, you did it. You killed him. Oh my god, I saved it. Ooh, the jump is really tight. I should have taken my time more. Son of a bitch. And the worst part is the further you make it in, the farther you have to run back. Wow, there's 2 cloud bitches now. Can't believe, honestly. Okay, well, sure. We're running out of spells, but it's fine. I believe. This is it. This is the attempt. Okay, so I need to take my time now. Okay, you know what? That's fine by me. I made it up here. I got the key. And we will hopefully not get wrecked by this nerd. Because that's cool. Alright, we made it. I don't want to know how long it took. It was pretty gross, though. Yay. So now, finally, we're going to finish up with the humans unknown area. Which means I got to put this back on. So the humans unknown area is probably the first one most people would find because it's the most obvious. It's actually in the house. Suddenly there's a door here, and this is actually the house that you walk in at the end of the game for the ending sequence. So you just end up here. This one is mostly strange as far as unknown areas are concerned. Okay. That's right, you got blocked, bitch. I ran out of arrows because I'm bad. So that's upsetting. And they put a million cloud bitches in this room, so that's also upsetting. Why are there so many boomerangs? You want a boomerang? I guess not. Cloud bitches! I can't believe this, honestly. I missed. There we go. Yeah, an arrow. That's right. Oh, another arrow. Anyways, I need a key. Do you drop a key? Cool. Alright, so we need some momentum to actually make these platforms. Because you need to be hitting the edges of them in order to clear this jump pretty well. Ah, didn't get it. Nice. Okay. So I got the key. And now we're in a very, very strange section where the map sort of is a maze, I guess you could say. I don't remember it that well, but you need to go to certain paths. It's sort of like screen wrapping, I guess. Sort of? I don't think fully though. Okay, that's not where you go. I think you just make this jump actually. That's what they want you to do. And then you need to go up here. Oh, fully up here, excuse me. I'm getting messages, by the way. Hold on a second. I actually need to check this message because it's pretty important. Because I'm meeting up with someone. Okay. They are not currently outside my house, so that's good to know. I'm glad they actually told me before they got outside my house. Congratulations. Congratulations to me. So I'll remember to go left this time, because that would be good. Okay. So I think we're out of the maze-like area for the time being. I say that's it. Not for the time being. Forever and ever and ever. Forever and ever and ever ninja to death. And for this part, you need to be killing these nerds. But you just need to crouch. And while you're crouching and blocking, hey, they helped me. You can get inside here, which is a pretty cool mechanic. Yay, we're done! Woo, I did it. I can't believe, honestly. So yeah, that's about everything as far as what's happening. By the way, you can just press this to change whenever you want to. The final thing I'll show off, haha, delete the save. Fucking got him. You guys actually enter in passwords like this, and all the passwords work from the original version of the game, which is pretty cool. I don't know any other than an obvious one, which is the West 1 code, which is the developers of the original version of the game. You put this in. This is actually the code you would put in if you want to play as a human in the original version of the game, because I don't think there's any way to play as a human normally, but this is one of the codes you can put in. Also, it has 1 million money in it for some reason, so that's impressive, frankly. But yeah, so that's it for Wonder Boy and the Dragon's Trap. We'll watch the credits now since I skipped them before. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I mostly found out about this series actually because back I used to look at a website. Still getting messages apparently. I used to look at a website called the Spiders Resource a lot, which I still do nowadays, though it's not as important as it used to be, because I used to look at sprites that get uploaded or sprites in general, and I mostly like looking at sprites because I like to see what games they were from, and sometimes when I saw sprites that I thought looked cool, I would play those games. So this is actually how I found out about the series to begin with. I started out by looking at stuff of what's it called? Wonder Boy Monster World. I said that in reverse. Haha. And then I played that game and I really enjoyed it, and then I kind of went on to play some other games of the series. The only games I've played, I've mentioned before, is Wonder Boy 3 Dragon Trap and Monster World 4. I might play those games on my channel because I like them, though I don't remember them all that well, frankly. But yeah, so it's pretty cool that this company went around and made this game, like a updated version of this game. If you're wondering what these pictures are, by the way, these are pictures of the developers as I imagine what they looked like when the game came out, which this game came out in '89, the original version did, so really pretty young. This game is older than I am, you know. So, yeah, and I really enjoyed playing games like this style. A lot of games of this style nowadays kind of turn into more like Metroidvania kind of things, but I also kind of like that as well. Though I don't actually play that many like Icavania kind of style games anyways to begin with, so I don't know, there's something different about those games, but like, yeah, I don't know if there are many other games of this kind of style that I want to show off that I've played other than those two. But I really enjoy this game. I like it. It's really short for one. I just played this game literally twice today because I literally recorded this earlier, like I said. So I clearly liked it enough to play it again and be like, fuck it. I'm not sure if this recording template's better or worse than my other one, frankly. But we did it nevertheless. So yeah. We'll probably will continue more Yooka-Laylee in the Impossible Lair. That game is going to kick my ass, I'm sure. It'll be fun. And I also need to get started on another game sometime beside that, which I also haven't played in a while, so I'm not sure how that'll turn out, frankly. But yeah, I really like this game. I don't know how expensive this game is actually to buy, but honestly, your first playthrough of the game is actually pretty hard because a lot of like I didn't talk about much about where you're going all the time, but getting lost in the game is actually pretty easy, even though it's a short game, because there's a lot of obscure stuff in it still, which is one of the things I like about old school kind of games. I like the bullshit. I like the weird random bullshit mostly more than anything. The obscure stuff is what I live for, because I like secrets a lot, so obscure bullshit is just secrets to me. So secrety, whoa. Actually, I'll show off one more thing before we cut out this session, and that is I'm gonna show off some of the cool stuff in the gallery, actually. The gallery has like some promotional art for the game, but it also has a lot of stuff of when they were making the game, like still in the development process. For example, that's what like the hero used to look like. Human used to look like before, and things like that. As well as there's tons of concept design art of the game. You can see how it underwent the different underwent through development. I can't words right now. I've been talking for like 3 hours, dude. Cool shape. So there are a bunch of these here. It's pretty cool to look at, honestly. As well as if you were to scroll to the very end, they actually have some swag walking animation for one, as well as they have some behind the scenes of them recording the OST actually, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm not gonna show off all of this, but it's a pretty cool part of the game, you know. I always like that kind of stuff. Anyways, that was Wonder Boy and the Dragon Ship, or Wonder Girl and the Dragon Ship, if you so desire. Thanks for listening to me ramble for God knows how long, an hour 30 minutes kind of. Bye. Also, even on a title screen, there's Spooky Block.